Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Endzone World Apart here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel. So, on the previous episode, we did struggle, and I keep struggling. However, after the degree where people are prohibited from reproducing, we kind of had a small little bump in child production. Or how should I call this? Well, people were kind of horny and suddenly we have 20 kids. Which is however good because we were stuck at 50 population and that has caused a couple of issues. Like I was suddenly unable to start assigning people to these new positions. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on this still, but we are gonna have to make sure that in the meantime we're gonna be able to get these things up and running. We're gonna need more scrapyard people because currently due to the lack of scrap we're not gonna be able to produce cloth, metal, or plastic. We are running low on coal. We were able to ramp up our food production, which seems to be the biggest problem. So I really think that having these gatherer huts is the biggest key to our overall survival. I cannot kid you not. This save I actually started with this gatherer's hut, and before I put down the forester in here, I was able to get like 1,100 food out of just this location. But since we want to keep on expanding the town, we are gonna have to keep on pushing these things outside, and we're gonna have to keep our agriculture close to the large body of water. Also, I have discovered that the constant issue with me having lack of water was mainly due to the fact that I simply had the water tower and it was out of the range of the jetty. So even despite the fact that we had, for example, the filtration activated, the issue was that with all these people assigned to water carriers, nobody was really carrying the water from the jetty over here, and that just caused a whole bunch of issues. So currently we have one well and one jetty. I would love to probably then move this well over here so that it's closer, but these two are not like well, having their areas of effect cross, so that we have like a reduced performance or something like this. So we are gonna try to do some things and see what's gonna be able to be done. Unfortunately, right now we are suffering with having a bunch of ill people. So what I try to do here is try to build the Herbalist Hut, and hopefully that's gonna start providing us with some herbs, and this way we're gonna be able to start constructing the the medical facility, for which we of course do not possess sufficient quantity of scrap, so that sucks. Okay, so we need to ramp up the scrap collection quite fast in order for us to start putting down the blueprint for the medical facility, which can theoretically be accommodated over, how should we put this? It's gonna like cut into our road a bit, but theoretically if I would put it like so, it's not gonna work out exactly really well. The size, it just doesn't work. That's what she said. So we're gonna probably build the medical facility over here and just keep it within the vicinity of our town and see what's gonna happen. It seems like it's too wide in order for us to make it work though with the width of the streets. So no matter how I try to tinker with it, it's just gonna keep on screwing around with me. So maybe I'm just gonna put down the facility closer to the hut with the herbs, and we can put it like, I don't know, let's put it over here like so, and hopefully we're gonna be able to build up the scrap supply, and once we start building the herbs we're gonna be able to start hopefully healing people. It's still probably too early to start assigning people to the medical post, but you know what, let's go with 2 of them, and we have 19 kits, 59 people. Lack of protective cover, that's a constant issue. You know what, let's switch to the neck scarf. This way we are gonna have at least something, since we have access to the cloth, we are still running low on the charcoal. So I feel like we have to ramp up our wood production somehow. I'm still not aware of what's the ratio of how many structures you need. So for example, if you need in like series such as Anno, you need certain amount of lumber mills in order to, or certain amount of foresters in order to actually support a sawmill, so that you have the necessary construction material. But because we are using the coal for charcoal, or we're using the wood for charcoal, we're using it for construction, we're using it for overall heating or something like that inside of the houses, it just creates all these issues with having sufficient supply. Also, majority of our tools as of now need to be from the scrap, but right now we actually don't have scrap, we have metal, so I'm able to keep producing that in the meantime. Let's build up the refiner. Although, you know what, I don't even think that's reasonable right now, because yeah, with having such a low accessibility to the scrap, it's really not the best practice. There is still 150 scrap. We have halfway to just something achievement. Okay, I can live with that. We are gonna have a drought, but thankfully this time I'm actually able to build up a decent supply of water, and we are able to keep filtering it thanks to having at least some amount of charcoal in our reserve. So we still require scrap, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna need additional housing or how I'm gonna address this. We do have access to the beaches, we do have the cultivation fields. I'm thinking maybe having access to the pub, since we do have the peaches and the orchard. This should be able to distill the peaches into the alcohol. We heard about marauding groups that are making the surrounding area unsafe. Our settlers want you to initiate measures to defend them against possible attacks by raiders. Awesome. We need so many things to do for this. And I don't even know where I'm gonna build a mine eventually. But right now I kind of wanna go into this whole morale conundrum that we are dealing with. I don't know if I need the medical facility right next to the pub. Probably not the brightest idea ever. What's the size of this damn thing? I'm trying to see if I can squeeze it into any of these spots. Most likely I'm gonna have to build it over here. I'm just not sure how it's gonna work out with the whole situation that we are currently in. Let's build some hedges over here. We can assign 2 people to become pup keepers. We can have 2 teachers. We can have more herbalists. We can have more foresters. We can have more scrap collectors. And let's go with more refiners. Just so that we can reinitiate the production of these things. And now we do not have wood for some reason. I feel like if we have just the cutting down, it's able to keep us supplied better. But the problem is the gatherer's cabin requires surrounding woods. Without these surrounding woods, you're simply unable to gather berries, mushrooms, and everything, because it's dependent upon the forest to provide all these things. So, yeah. Hunter's Hut. I've kind of tried to look around to see if there's some decent spot. 800, 160, there's nothing. 480. Okay, hold on. I saw 1,200. That's ridiculous. I wanna tap into 1,120. That seems like an amazing potential. We have rabbits and goats. So theoretically, we might be able to tap into that as a potential resource. We really need to do something about our wood production. feel like maybe another Forester's Lodge would be a great addition to our overall settlement and such. The problem is going to be now trying to set up the defenses against the marauders. Because we need just so many things in order to do that. I don't even know how much wood would I get out of this region. 404. Sure, let's go for it. And therefore having the water tank over here, or the well, I'm not sure what's the point, since it cannot supply the water tower. But it might be actually able to supply the water fill tank over here. So, screw it, let's leave it at that point. So the drought has arrived, the well or the water has dried out. We are at over 5,000. This is gonna tap into our food reserves, because usually during droughts, you aren't able to rely upon the gatherers' huts. Honestly, like, I feel like just the gatherers' huts would be able to keep you really well fed. But I don't think that's like a long-term strategy that we can rely upon. Are we able to produce medication? Yeah, so we are turning the herbs into medication. We are actually surprisingly able to store quite a lot of that. What we would need to change is the production. We need just more tailor workshop, and we need like additional workshop for our tools. So we are constantly running low on these things. And I'm not sure if it's related to our current population or what's the cause behind it. But I definitely want to make sure that we have access to the tools. Just for the simple reason that we will require them. And that might mean I will require another one of these lovely, what is this? Resources scrapyards. Cannot really build it over here just due to the fact that there's all this scrap just in the vicinity of the structure. But if I build it here, we have access to 336 scrap. So I'm gonna actually go for it. And since we're gonna have a bunch of people reaching full maturity, and some of our adults are gonna be dying or changing the age at which they are productive, it's gonna be difficult to keep a track. Hey Chief, there are more and more of us settlers lately. The population figure continues to rise so rapidly it might lead to supply bottlenecks. You can control the population. Yeah. We're gonna have to go again with the birth control for 3 seasons. I don't want to banish the elderly or anything like that. Decision's up to you. If those are your instructions, yes, that's the same old. I need to put more people to here, but do we have the scrap? Yes, we do. We now don't have anyone else to join us. And I'm thinking some additional housing. Since they cannot reproduce, it should not have that much of a negative effect. Although everything is possible. The pub is still not constructed. We still require scrap. I feel like we will need more builders, although it's only letting me do 2. Why? That's weird. Okay, there are some policies. A test for the economy. Our settlers are very satisfied, Chief. To enable their good mood to be pepped up even further, I'd suggest that we fit them out with the best equipment we could manufacture. However, that might end up being a major burden on our economy. Okay? I cannot really afford it because we don't have access to certain things. And we are starting to run into the homeless issue situation right now. It looks like the forage has still not recovered after the drought. I really hope that all these kids are going to be able to reach maturity. We still have metal. I don't understand why we are constantly running into issues with the overall production of certain things, such as tools and such. We do have technicians, we do have tailors. We are, however, running low on the basic resources. So I'm gonna need more of the foresters. and even more of these scrap collectors. But until these buildings are done, I really cannot guarantee any miracle here. I just really hope that I will not have to restart in another episode, another settlement, because that would just be big no-no for me. If the game is gonna be too tricky to pick up and it's just gonna keep causing all sorts of issues, that might affect my objective opinion about the game, because it will heavily affect how much of a market share you can acquire if you make the game too damn difficult. Okay, I'm trying to move this as much as I can. 925, I can live with that. Okay, these buildings are like all over the damn place. Still have some housing. We don't have the tools. I don't really want to switch to scrap tools because we have like a ton of metal to work with. It just, I don't know if these people are constantly on lunch break or what's happening, but they are simply not producing anything. So I don't know if I need to be building like these temporary storage buildings. Where is it? Like temporary storeroom. If this would help us out to reduce the time traveled, and once it's actually in our storage, it's going to allow us to get the production a bit faster up and running. Okay, we are going to need more foresters. We're going to need more of these scrap gatherers. Can we assign more people to those tasks? So it's 7 and 7 for now. I would love to have, we cannot go with more teachers. More morticians are not necessary. Logisticians, kind of locked up right now. Yeah, we don't have anyone which we can assign. So unless something is done with these houses, we're kind of screwed. Wow, the radiation is spreading all over the damn place. I guess we did have a radiation rain or something happened. So now, without having access to proper protection, that might negatively affect us quite a lot. Really need to also ramp up the production of our wood and charcoal. This is like a never-ending circle of constantly running into some issue with something. Can we repair buildings? Yeah, I know that you fellas need housing. I'm trying to work on it, honestly, right now. Okay, so we should be able to start making this because we have access to the peaches. So it seems like they are able to keep making the hard liquor, so hopefully that's gonna help us out with the morale. We don't have access to weed, we don't have access to hemp. It's actually funny that in the post-apocalyptic world, where you are trying to make sure what you are inhaling, like radiation and such, it's perfectly fine for you to smoke a joint. Man. Why is it that you can see Snoop Dogg stream playing Battlefield, but you cannot see him stream this, where they actually allow people to smoke weed? That's so weird. Oh, man. We're gonna need to put more people onto the construction job. And logistics. To teachers. I feel like having more foresters would be helpful. Food-wise, we are doing really well. Like, I'm actually shocked how well this is working out for now. We don't have scrap, so these people aren't able to make anything here. Let's go and get us up to 10. And I'm gonna need, another tailor shop and another workshop. Yeah, I know we have lack of tools, Princess. I'm really well aware of that. not my proudest moment. Okay, I'm trying to fix this. Okay. I don't think we're gonna be able to squeeze in a recycler into this part. So just build up over here, and maybe we're gonna be eventually able to build up a bunch of windmills once we have the research center up and running into this place, so that we can hook up these places or these production facilities to the electric grid, and therefore that's gonna allow us to have access to all sorts of things. Okay, so the Reproduction Act has been gone for a bit, so we're gonna see again having a couple of kits at our disposal. It looks like we need to increase our housing, so it doesn't really matter if I check the radiation or not. Everything is currently radiated. And we do have access to the metal, so I'm really hoping it's gonna allow us to keep producing more stuff. We need more tailors, and we need more technicians. And we do have some charcoal. So let's make those masks. Therefore, we're gonna have the handkerchiefs or scarves, and we're gonna switch to metal tools. I really don't want to be running around with the scrap tools, so I'm really hoping 2 workshops of each kind are gonna be able to help us out quite a lot here. This quest is gonna be metal tools produced. Okay, that's gonna help us out a tiny bit. Nice. So we got a slight reward here. But now we need research station, defense strategies, mine, ammunition factory, watchtower. That's a whole lot of stuff. I feel like we might need another freaking shelter in here quite soon. Soon we are gonna have even more kids. It looks like the rain is moving around, so we're gonna have some moisture and everything on our hands. 4 people to be assigned. Let's do 3, 7 like this, and scrap collector is full. That's full. Technician is full. Tailor is full. Charcoal burner, we can theoretically upgrade that to be at full numbers. Now we have access to these houses. We still have like 7 people who need additional housing. We don't have enough housing. Seven people. Once this is done, we're gonna get 194 scrap and 194 wood, which would help me out quite a lot. And I somehow need to increase the amount of scrap which I'm able to store. Why is this setup so low only? I'm not really sure even where we are storing this stuff. Okay, let's go up with the medication. Surviving 101 achievement, okay. I'm gonna regret that, quite sure, probably. You just wait. Just wait and see. I'm gonna screw up somehow, something. Come on, fellas, build this up. We need those 7 people to be housed somewhere. Don't have anyone to be assigned. 18 kits. Handling tools, handling clothing, badges. I don't know, just the productivity is probably better. Children in class 10. We can only have 10 kids in a class, but that sucks. We're gonna need more schools. We are doing so well, we are gonna need more schools. Yay! Who was missing school? God, I can tell you right now that I actually feel like I'm 10 times dumber than I was as when I was attending school. It's just that the constant routine of you having to learn and memorize things is keeping your brain functioning better than once you start working, because then you only like keep memorizing certain things, and if you have a really dumb job like I do, for example, and I don't really want to get into the details about it, then you really don't need to rely upon memorizing too many things or stuff like that. So it's like all over the damn place. Okay, so we get a nice chunk of reward, and we have 27 kids. I feel like we're gonna have to slow down the humping yet again, because we're gonna reach the population of 100 here rather fast. Okay, we are able to start building up supplies. So we have enough of these. We don't have enough charcoal though. I feel like I'm gonna need another charcoal burner. Can we do... temporary storeroom? And if I can do a temporary storeroom, which I know that it cannot store the water, I'm well aware of that. I was thinking, maybe we will need another charcoal burner in one of these places. It really doesn't matter where we keep it, as long as we have access to it. Let's extend this double road and resources charcoal kiln. Loving the soundtrack to the game, by the way. Really nice. Okay, and we're gonna have to think about the research center. Technology, research station. Now, this thing is quite massive. So finding like a decent spot for it would be nice. What is this? This is the decontamination center. So unfortunately, we aren't really able to squeeze in over here. The decontamination center is just in our way. And I swear to God, when I click on this, like, you were able to hear this squeaking noise, and I had guinea pigs for like 12 years, and it sounds exactly like the noise that they make when you try to open a fridge or move around, or you wrestle or just move a tiny bit, a plastic bag which might contain food or something. Man, I swear, I cannot make it trigger that weird noise, but I feel like there's a guinea pig inside or something. I don't know what they're doing in there, but I hope they're not testing anything on animals. Okay, so this thing actually reduces the local attractiveness. If I were to build it over here, I'm not that crazy against it. Although theoretically, this is closer to the water, so I should consider keeping this for the purposes of making food. So I don't know. Should we do the carrots? You know what? For the hell of it, what if we were to extend the road? And we can therefore consider building a field. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out though. $11 times 10, 10 times 10. Yeah, we can go 10 times 10. Works for me. We can even squeeze in probably one over here. No, not really. We need it to be ×6. A major portion of the food reserves were stockpiled seems to be contaminated, Chief. We urgently ought to do something about it. Okay. Do we need like additional decontamination station or something? Because we are producing these things. Just we're constantly running low on charcoal. This structure is not built because we don't have access to scrap, which is weird. I feel like we need more builders or something. More builders, more people in the logistics. Let's go with 4 fishermen. 8 of these guys. 8 gatherers. Let's go with 8 farmers, since we're gonna have another farm to take care of. So we're gonna have beans, we're gonna have peaches, and we're gonna have carrots. That sounds like some lovely vegan recipe. And a knowledge is power achievement. Okay, we're gonna need to build this research center somewhere. Where is it? Screw it, let's build it over here. That's, if we're not able to defend ourselves, then we're entirely at the mercy of raiders. Yeah, I think I know. But it's just, there's too much stuff to be done, and since I'm constantly running into just bottlenecks with the basic things, you cannot really expect me to pull off some freaking miracle. Decrees have been issued. They are still in effect. We have some of them still locked away. Test for our economy. Yep. I just cannot promise them to equip all these fancy things. Metal tools produced 10. Radiation suits produced 10. I mean, we can try, but I feel like we're gonna just fail miserably. But I can try. Medicine produced. You guys better keep producing that medicine. We have 600 something medicine, and now you want me to produce 200 something medicine? You gotta be kidding me. All types of food, and I feel like you have literally no food or something. Plastic neck, yeah, we just have like all these processed things. I don't see any food stored here. Here we have goat meat, berries, mushrooms, hare meat. So here we have a bit of a larger variation of stored goods. What is it? Needs herbs. Oh yeah, we had a drought, so that can have a negative effect on things like that. And we need to move the scrapyard production elsewhere. 2,700 something something. There is a interesting location, but I'm just gonna have to sacrifice those for now. Decontamination post is working as fast. Yep. I don't know if I need 2 of them. This is really poorly explained. We need medication for people. We have lots of sick people suddenly, and we have no kids. 110 adults and 0 kids. That might be good for assigning people to jobs. It might be really bad to having people do whatever. So let's go with 4 people to the research, and let's start loitering ban, hemp weaving, logistics, improved radio, warehouse, electricity, electronics, and weather station, advanced school, immunity, defense measures. Let's go with the defense measures. We need housing. Again, we have way too many sick people, but we do have like a crap ton of medicine. I mean, I literally have 666 pieces of medication, so please, for the love of God, don't tell me you people cannot get cured. Am I missing something else? I mean, since we have access to this stuff, we should be able to make sure everyone is healthy. Let's go with 3 medics for now. It might help us out. We do have the necessary medication, so don't even joke about that stuff. An epidemic has broken out. Okay, so this has to be something different. Or some different cause must be behind this. I don't think this is your regular radiation, since we have epidemic on our hands. And I really don't want to be building closer to this place, just due to the simple fact that these places are really unattractive for housing purpose. So thinking maybe shelter, or we can go with cabins. Let's build 6 cabins. Hopefully that's not gonna screw up the entire network and everything. So we still have quite a lot of road to be constructed. Market would be nice, that's for sure. Trying to figure out where I can build it actually, but it would occupy quite a lot of space. So it would be optimal if I can put it somewhere so that the entire population has access to the structure, which might be problematic at this point. I cannot really rotate this structure too, just not the best thing. And we don't have more knowledge in order to research further technologies, so that's bad. Should have probably gone with the electronics. Quite a lot of radiation everywhere. Yeah, we have heavier radiation this time. Looking at yellow, that's really bad. Contaminated settlers. We do have the protection, right? They are making the radiation suits. Although we have like 30 neck chiefs and those, or handkerchiefs, or what is these? Neck scarves, sorry. Those are the only supplies which can provide right now to our people, which is not the best thing ever. We're producing liquor. We are able to keep the people confident. Then combination of certain things like having a dry season. How's the housing situation? Yeah, these 4 are not that excited. I can understand that. But the other ones are quite positive. Let's see, how's our assigned position? 8 gatherers, 8 farmers, 4 fishermen, 3 hunters, 8 foresters, scrap collectors, tailors, charcoal burners. Let's go with 6. Kind of ignored that or did not notice it. We're starting to run low on food, and that's mostly due to the drought and because the gatherer huts are unable to keep up, I'm assuming. So the new houses were able to accommodate the homeless people. In stock, 900 something food, reserved 200 something. Awesome Chief, the settlers are overjoyed about the new equipment. They're particularly pleased that even though the burden was great, you showed that our economy is still able to function. Yep, so we should get some rewards in that department then. I feel like I'm gonna have to switch to one of these lower required necessities in order to just maintain at least some form of protection for our people, otherwise we are just royally screwed. We're gonna have to do something with our food situation as well. I was thinking that the carrot field would be a great addition, but I'm starting to think maybe I will need another addition to our food production. So a pasture would be actually ecstatic, or well, it would be ecstatic. It would be great to get pasture so that we have another variety of food, and we're gonna have to see what we can get, because I don't know if we can get goats. Goats should be able to produce milk. A work-related accident occurred at one of the tailor shops. Luckily, no one was hurt, but we'll have to replace a major portion of the production equipment. Awesome. So we're gonna need to repair this structure, basically. Contaminated settlers. How do I decontaminate my settlers? We do have medical facility. It's not like a hospital. They just produced the what you call it? They just keep on producing medication. 21 kids. We have 10 kids in this school. So I don't know if we're gonna need like a second school. I'm quite sure there has to be some sort of forum which I have just not discovered yet, where there's like an optimal layout of a city towards which you should be building towards, or something like that. Games like Anno and these sort of games where you have these sort of places which have certain reach and stuff like that usually work on having like some sort of field, and that affects their productivity and efficiency and everything, so who knows. We need more decontaminational kits. I feel like that's causing decontamination in our population. Herder. We can have 3 herders, but I want to make sure if we capture the animals, since they have once again shifted quite heavily. 160. I want to find goats. Reason why I want to go for goats is that I'm assuming goats are able to produce milk. I want to go for the goats. We need to do something with the radiation. I think I saw like a task, remove radiation. I'm not really sure how that works though. How would I remove radiation from this area? Remove radiation. That's literally the task given to the people here. I'm dying to see what's gonna happen. Or maybe they are gonna die. Everything is possible at this point. It's quite a lot of radiation which needs to be removed. And since it's keeping shifting from place to place, and radiation, it's not like moisture. I mean, once something is radiated, the isotopes are just there, and they're gonna keep on dissipating at really slow pace. So that's why places like Chernobyl and such are gonna be uninhabitable for centuries to come, because well, just because of the freaking radiation that's there. It's just gonna take years for it to disappear. So hungry settlers. Oh, how did we run low on food now? Come on, work with me, kids. Can we choose the goddamn goats? Work-related accident again at the tailor shop? Come on, knock it off, people. I do need those tailor shops to be working. It's not funny, and it's again the same tailor shop. What the hell? We do have access to tools, so what is up with this? This is driving me up the wall. We do have this. We do have access to... Like, I can theoretically go over here and go gather 1,320 food. Don't have to necessarily do it over here. 820, that's still fine. Charcoal burners should be able to work. I don't know how we were able to drop down so damn low with the overall food situation. We're gonna have to take another degree of people not humping like crazy, because it's affecting us dramatically. I have 38 kids, 99 adults. It's way too much. We have 2 herbalists, but we have quite a lot of medication. You see, like, this is the balance which I'm talking about. We have 1 herbalist with 2 people working there. We have 3 medics in a medical facility, and they are able to produce a crazy amount of surplus of resources. But we have all these facilities which are focused on getting us food, and yet we aren't able to keep up. So I'm not really sure how much food do you need for how many people, etc, etc. So this somehow was not really well explained during the tutorial. It's something which you need to figure out either on the internet or just by experimenting too much with the game, and I'm also not sure how this is affected in the easier mode or in the harder mode, so that can have a effect on the overall outcome as well. Food produced, we need to produce 500 food because we are almost out of food, which is just awesome. Logistics, I want to build probably another field for some reason, so let's see if we can actually do that. Too big. Let's go 16 times 10. I think we were able to finish that one task which supplied us with some food. But farms are probably not as proficient as these gathering huts, so that makes me wonder what the hell. But it looks like we are able to get milk out of the goats. So my question is, if these guys are able to keep hunting the goats, yeah, you are able to pull in the goats. So I'm really hoping we're gonna start having a bunch of animals here for either meat or either the overall milk production. That's why I wanted to go with goats. If we would see chickens, I would go for the chickens. These are some weirdly mutated rabbits, and this is not Stardew Valley, so you don't get like rabbit's foot or something out of them. So logically, we're just gonna stick with the more realistic thing. We're gonna go with another set of beans, and we're gonna need more farmers. Let's go with 12 farmers. That should redistribute the amount of people capable of helping out. I need more foresters. And we need food. ASAP. I don't know if the decontamination post is able to keep up. Maybe that's why we keep getting all these radiation issues. We do have some protection. Most of them are, however, only the scarves. How's this place? Okay, now we suddenly have a bunch of goats. So I think we're gonna go to switch back to hunting. And we need to find some decent place where to send our hunters. So we have 5 goats out of 7 in the pasture. What do we have? Low food reserves. Oncoming drought. Decree issued. Yeah, I know that it's been issued. I issued it myself. Unscheduled types of research. Hey Chief, our researchers have come up with a new idea. They're not quite sure yet whether their plan could work. If you could provide them with a few materials, they'd commerce you with types of research. Maybe that would get us quick results. Okay, awesome, Chief. Oh, fudge, that's a lot of stuff that they need. Again, we have this My god, wasn't this real life? An epidemic has broken out. Awesome. This is COVID all over again. Why is everyone getting sick? Stop getting sick. Then we have issues with water, then we have issues with all sorts of stuff. We have a drought, so water runners are kind of pointless at this point. Fishermen would be nice. Scrap collectors. This is all fine. Yeah, we need more medics. I don't even know how we got so low with the medics. And I'm not even sure if I'm removing this radiation. I feel like this is doing absolutely nothing to help me. Because the radiation can just change at any point. Come on, get us out of this drought season. Still have somehow shockingly large supply of medication. But I feel like we're gonna get to this weird point where I'm just simply gonna get totally boned. Another sandstorm, because why the hell not? Just keep on piling up the stuff. It's not like I'm having hard enough time as is. And now everything needs to be fixed. Haha! Yes! Yes, exactly. Made of stone, 3 out of 6. I'm not really sure if the game is trying to... keep building. Do we have enough builders? Let's go with 6. I feel like we need another decontamination station. And I swear I just heard those guinea pigs again. The mine would be nice. Problem is, where do we build one? So that we can get that sulfur for the guns. And I'm right now, sorry, guns and protection is the least of my problem. We're gonna have starvation on our hands soon. Yeah, I have to keep doing this child control thingy because we are otherwise totally screwed. 17 people, hungry settlers, unhappy settlers. Nothing thanks to the prolonged drought. Okay, it would be really nice if we would finally start to get rain. Okay, we are gonna be able to hopefully recover from this situation because this is not going well. Man, I hate when I live up to the name of the channel so often. This game is challenging me. I really hate it. In the matter of point that I keep struggling to get this basic settlement up and running because I don't know what's the proper quantity or what should I try to achieve. Refinery would be nice because if we would get a refinery, this will produce metal, cloth, plastic, and even electronics from scrap, so we don't have to have those separate small stations for each thing separately. So I really love it if we can get the refinery. But we're gonna probably go into electronics first, so that we can actually then consider researching these things. I think we have resolved the pandemic. Radiation is still quite heavy. Moisture, we're getting rain. Those strips mean that in that current location you have rain, so there's that. We have plenty of trees, not enough of herbs due to the drought. No food due to the drought. It's really bad that we are being affected so much that we can go from 5,000 food down to 18 in a matter of moments. We have 0 pup keepers. We have 0 people in decontamination. Well keepers. pubkeeper decontamination needs to be running. Oh, come on. How come we have 0 herbalists suddenly? Don't do that, man. Come on. That sucks. So we're gonna need to reduce the number of people that are medics in order to get herbalists. That is some total BS. Yeah, we were dropping down like flies because we were starving and all sorts of stuff. Can I remove the decree? I hate the fact that you cannot really remove this damn thing. Can we look for survivors? Since I'm logically running out of kids, this can leave lots of houses abandoned, or we can have really old people suddenly living in places. This is empty. This is almost completely empty. So like, basically, these two things should not be effective at the same time. It literally makes 0 sense. But because I'm losing people so dramatically fast, it's gonna negatively affect our entire infrastructure. And once you lose too many people, it's difficult to come back from that point on. Hey Chief, we just picked up a radio message. There are survivors from other Endzone who are looking for a new home. Okay. We need to produce food in order to have the people join. Great. I would love it if we can get more stuff. I just feel like the decree has right now really killed me. Pub is built. We have pubkeeper, hard liquor produced. Yeah, they're able to produce hard liquor if we have access to what's in the orchard. But it looks like they're actually currently in the process of replanting the orchards themselves, which makes me really unhappy. I don't know how many farmers we have. 7. I think we were at much higher number, so I don't know how that's gonna affect our harvest. Yeah, I know I should be doing all sorts of weird stuff, but the problem is, we just simply don't have people. Yeah, I'm suddenly running low on just about everyone. We're down to 59 people, so it's official! I have killed another settlement! Fuck yeah! Son of a bitch. This is difficult. Like, I'm literally trying my best here. I'm gonna have to look up some sort of guide or something and see if that's gonna help me improve. So I'm gonna probably leave it at this point. If I'm gonna do another episode, I'm gonna probably have to start a brand new settlement all over again. So if you did like me failing again, give the episode a big thumbs up. And for more fun content like this, subscribe, as these are not your professional walkthroughs. At the end of the day, I'm a casual player who picks up a game because it was on sale on Steam and he has ideas for fun content for it even further. But if he's not able to actually produce sufficient quantity of footage, I don't know. The tutorial creates a really weird situation where you end up having surplus of literally everything except of the stuff that you need at the end of the day. I never had an issue with water, with food, or anything else during the tutorial because you were constantly being bombarded by rewards and rewards and rewards. And so, I don't know, I'm trying to play this on the medium difficulty and I feel like I'm failing horribly over and over and over again. So, I really need to look up some tutorial, or someone has to leave me some advice in the comment section. So please do so, as by the time this episodes get uploaded onto the channel, God knows, maybe I will be able to already pick up a couple of things. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. Well, definitely safer than the people of my settlement. And hopefully I will see you all at the next one. Man, I cannot believe I keep getting my people killed constantly over and over again. Why is this such a big problem for me? All I want to do is build a nice city that can survive in this hostile environment. This is such a BS.